This meeting is being recorded.
We're on and it is popping. It's me, the K to the C, known to the world as the world's greatest weight loss expert. I'm Kenya Crooks in the house with my people. We have the Hall of Famer, Anthony Crooks, in the building, Daniel Hines on. And we also have the pastor of disaster, the long arm of the law of Old Coney County. We have Mr. Rashad Crooks in the building. Now, before I get started, first, I need to know, is everybody all right after the game? Because I know everybody was pretty much traumatized. Everybody good?
No.
Don't feel bad.
No, first of all, I need to give a shout out to Amanda, Latoya, and Bridget.
Lord, this guy give you a shout out. Hey, y'all!
That's what they watch us, so, you know, we got to get that shout out to them.
Lord, hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. What? How you feeling, Sean?
I'm better. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I'm better.
So much better. Look, when I tell you I was hot, bothered, mad. So my first question is, and I'm mad for a whole bunch of reasons, but let's start here. So there's a lot of blame placed on DJ. Now, is it warranted or unwarranted? Because there was a whole bunch of stuff that went on during the game that DJ wasn't involved in.
Well, yeah, let me start first, because you know how I feel about DJ. I mean, you know, he was throwing the ball, but he can't catch it either.
Right.
And the thing that makes me angry the most is because Clemson decided that they're going to play politics football, and politics football has caused them to lose 2 games. And they want to blame it all on DJ, but it's your choice. If you decide that Shipley going to be your national hero, or whatever, hell, live and die with it. Excuse me, Rashad, but I'm still a little frustrated.
Well, let me give you something good. First of all, we were trying to get rid of DJ when we were undefeated. We were like flawless, and we still was trying to find a way to get this guy up out the game, even though we're undefeated in ACC play. Now, keep in mind, we don't have, in terms of receiving yards and receptions, we don't have a top 100 receiver in the country, like in any major statistical area. We don't have a single one. And I think people are starting to realize that, well, the other team at least, that we don't have anybody to throw to anytime. Really, your leading receiver is a true freshman. That speaks to the lack of talent in terms of the upperclassmen. Because keep in mind, Trevor Lawrence had T. Higgins, Justin Ross, Amari Rogers, Powell, who ended up going to the league. He had 4 1,000-yard receivers, basically, and we just don't have that. So, Rashad, warranted or unwarranted, do we blame DJ?
Oh, no, you can't put all the blame on DJ. I feel like it was a team loss with the staff a part of that. I feel that you can not just point fingers at DJ. Yeah, he did make some mistakes. He does deserve some of it, but, you know, the offensive line didn't pass protect well. The receivers dropped plenty of balls. The defense, you know, they gave up 360 yards passing, gave up a lot of big plays. The play calling could have been better. The game plan could have been better. So, to me, overall, it was a team loss.
And you said something that was crucial, because I've never seen a loss where from top to bottom, everybody lost it. Special teams, anytime you let the ball go over your head and the ball is down at the 2 or the 3 yard line, puts your offense in a compromising position. I mean, I still don't understand why. Okay, South Carolina had 4 receivers who averaged over 14 yards per catch. Why are we still playing man? They had 2 passes of over 60 and 70 yards. Why are we not playing zone?
Well, it's common sense. I'm at 4th and 3rd and 1, you got your DBs up there playing line and linebacker. Their job is to cover. And it doesn't make any sense for 4th and 1 for them to be up there where the linebackers and the defensive line are at. You got to expect to pass. And that's the stuff, the simple stuff that makes you kind of shake your head. It's like, excuse me, Rashad, what the hell going on?
So let me ask you this. What do you think really the turning point of the game was? Because I know for me, it was the little cute little play that we ran on after the 2-point, after we had gotten the safety, they did the free kick, and then we did some kind of backyard play that Robert Spencer, since we do a hometown stuff, something that Robert Spencer and Red Hill would draw up in the dirt at Leo Field, and it ended up being a fumble. Keep in mind, we were up by 9 at that point, and had we scored, that would have put us up 16, which is basically 3 scores. We're not gonna do the 2-point conversion thing in there, but we would have been up really by three touchdowns.
Well, let me.
Do you think that was the turning point of the game? Us being cute and not shutting the door on this team?
Well, let me piggyback off of what you were saying about that scenario. First of all, you're giving off the turnover, you getting the ball the second half.
Yeah,
so
that part.
So what you allowed was South Carolina to go in for a score and get their confidence back up when you was already up by 9. So that case shouldn't happen where you decide that you're going to run some type of trick play before the half because you see what happened.
Right.
And that whole scenario was the change of the game. It wasn't so much the fumble, it's the touchdown that you allowed before the half. And then you come out at the halftime after you defer the key to allow 2 plays, 3 plays and out.
Well, here's the thing for me. I'm a firm believer in momentum, and I think that really swung the momentum back to them once they were able to score. Because here's the thing with South Carolina, and they've always said this, and it's always been true to form. If you get up by a certain amount of points, they will cave, they will quit. And I really think, and I really feel like we wasted an opportunity to give them the opportunity to just fold up and quit. What do you think, Rashad?
Well, going back to what y'all said, right before halftime and before halftime and the possession after halftime, we went 3 possessions where we didn't score. And that goes back to what y'all talk about. We had an opportunity to put them away. We didn't put any points on the board. We didn't even get 3 points. So that was huge. I felt like there was a chance for us to put them away and we didn't capitalize.
So, Rashad, what do you think about the effort of the defense? The secondary in particular.
I think, I knew that this is the first time our secondaries got truly tested since the Florida State game. And I knew South Carolina, based off what they done against Tennessee, that they were going to really test our secondary. And they really got tested. And you was hoping to see improvements because, Wake Forest and Florida State really tested them, but they didn't perform well.
Now, let me ask you this, because I know a lot of people had said that they should have pulled DJ, and I had seen on Twitter where you had former players saying, hey, put Klubnik in the game. Now, let me run a stat line for you. Klubnik has 1 touchdown pass this year, and he has 1 interception, and he's thrown for 98 whole yards versus DJ, who has 2,511 yards, 22 touchdown passes. He's also run for 545 yards and scored 7 touchdowns. Would you have made the switch? And keep in mind that this is also my problem with our fans too. We were winning for 90 to 95% of the time. Why would you pull a starter out when you're winning most of the game?
All right, I'll take that, Rashad. First of all, you at week 11.
Okay.
Why are you still talking about a quarterback controversy in week 11?
That part right there really burns me up.
I'm
I'm
just
like,
saying.
again, let's go back. I'm no mathematician. But if a guy has thrown 22 passes and has gotten me to the ACC championship game, why is there still a controversy when, again, a guy has thrown for over 2,500 yards, rushed for over 500 yards, basically has thrown for nearly 30 touchdowns versus a person who's thrown for 1 touchdown? Why are we even having this conversation at this time of the year?
Rashad?
Well, going back to Clement being put in a game, the only reason I would have put him in the game is for the zone read, to run some zone reads for him, but not the pass. DJ is a pocket passer. Clemson is constantly trying to make him a dual threat quarterback. He may be good with his short yardage because of his size, but he's not a running quarterback. He's not a fast quarterback. That's not nothing against him. He's a pocket passer.
Well, that's what he came to Clemson for, to be a pocket passer, not to be a dual threat quarterback.
But my question to the both of you guys are, how in the world you gonna have a zone read or whatever? They got 9 in the box on you. So there's no quarterback is going to be acceptable to that if they got 9 guys up there on the box for you.
I got an even better question for you. Why are you going to line up a tight end against a cornerback and have him run a go route when essentially as a tight end you're going to run a 5 flat 5-1 5-2 and you're going to go against the guy who runs a 4-3 4-4 who has a vertical leap of 37 38 40. And they had a stat line a couple of weeks ago when they were basically saying that anywhere from 0 to 15 yards, DJ is actually a 73% passer within those ranges, even with the receivers that we have. So my question is, how much of it is play calling? How much is it the receivers dropping the ball? And even, I don't know if you've noticed, but even on that little rub route that they tried to perform, they ended up having 2 receivers in the same spot. And also too, how hard is it if you're a quarterback and you always having somebody coming from your blind side, is it to focus on throwing the route correctly when you got somebody breathing down your neck every down?
Well, that goes back to where you can say that not all the blame was on DJ because he constantly had pressure,
Right.
The offensive line didn't do well with pass protection. So, he can't block and throw the ball. I mean, like I say, it's a group effort. You can't throw and catch the ball. It's a team effort. So you couldn't put it all on him.
Now, let me ask you this. Is our fans spoiled? Because I had read in the article that during Dabo's talk show, people were calling in and were saying that we needed to make changes in terms of the offensive coordinator and the passing game coordinator and things of that nature. Now, keep in mind, we have not lost an ACC game the entire year. And let's be honest, and this is just my opinion, anytime you play Bishop Sycamore every week in the ACC, it kind of gives you a false sense of reality in terms of who you can hire. Because I've never seen Nick Saban at key positions hire his friends or hire people without experience. Has playing in the ACC kind of given us a false sense of security in terms of how good we actually are to where we can bring in friends and family to coach players because we're not developing players?
Well, I'm going to jump in on this because go ahead, Rashad.
Go ahead, okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to jump off strip and basically call it for what it is. Anytime you have a player that can go to the media after the game and basically say he wanted the ball, Clemson should have given him the ball, and only after he's saying he only had 2 carries the second half. Well, excuse me again, Rashad. Well, hell, that's the only reason why you had 2 carries after the game, because they couldn't depend on you to make a play. And I'm talking about Will Shipley. How do you go to the media after the game and complain about your carries when a guy like Martha and those guys only getting 3 or 2 carries the whole game?
Okay, so let me ask you this. So is our fans spoiled? Because again, we are undefeated and we are a 2-loss team.
Yeah, she gets
spoiled.
Yeah, she do get spoiled when you got players like Deshaun Watson that come in that's well above their means as a true freshman. Wanted a very entertaining quarterback, the round 1 pick, and then you go on to Trevor Lawrence. You get spoiled. And you get 2 national championships within a 4-year period. You become spoiled. But you can't win the national championship every year. When Tommy Bowden was here, a lot of fans have been loved to go 10-2.
Right.
A lot of people said last year was a bad season. We had struggles, but we had 10-3 season. 20 years ago, we would have loved to go 10-3. 10-2 now, got a chance to win the ACC championship. So, I would have loved to beat South Carolina, but it's not a failed season. You won 10 games.
And here's what gets me also. Let's see, last year, if I'm not mistaken, DJ went 10-3, and then this year is what, 10-2. So my Seneca math basically says that he's 20-5 as a starter, which basically says that he's an 80% winner. So he wins 80% of his games. I don't know of anybody in their right minds who complains about a quarterback who wins 80% of their games in the last 2 years. So, question, who wins the ACC championship, Clemson versus North Carolina?
I think that's a very interesting question. I feel that Clemson is the most talented team, but where are they going to be at mentally coming off a loss to their rival, a close loss? Not to mention that, all the things going to be resolved with all the turnovers and the drop passes. Once again, our secondary is going to be tested.
Yes.
This week like it was last week. And
now,
another thing about North.
Hold on, let me ask you this: do we play more zone this week?
Wes Goodwin really had changed up his scheme all year. So I think we continue with the same game plan.
Really?
That's just my opinion.
If you were a defensive coordinator, would you do that?
No, my the most conservative coverage when you got somebody that want to go deep, the man press too deep. If they go deep, you got double coverage. So that's my favorite coverage. I don't think you can go wrong with that.
And they look so confused at times, like they didn't know who was supposed to do what. And again, we're at the end of the year. You should know what's going on and where you should be. So, who you got, Clemson or North Carolina? Who you got?
Listen, it's just as simple with me. If Clemson going in with the game plan of making Shipley a national hero because he's playing at home and he's playing against North Carolina.
You already know that. You already know that's gonna be the narrative. The home state boy comes home to make good.
And I'm not a Shipley hater. We talking football.
Right.
If Clemson go out and play Clemson football where everybody joins as a team and not play as an individual, well, Clemson will win the game. Okay. But I can tell you, May is no joke.
No, he's
not.
Wide
receiver is no joke. So you're going to have to decide if you're going to waste downs in series on making heroes or as a team effort, people playing. That's all I got to say. Make the choice.
What would be your strategy for the game? Just spread the ball around?
Well,
I
you have
basically
to.
just try to find what works. Is the way
Okay.
I look at it. Try to find what works. Like I say, North Carolina is coming off of
Right.
two losses. They only scored 17 points on a Georgia Tech team that was not very talented.
Right.
Obviously, Clemson and North Carolina both have been playing their best ball. So, if they both bring the A game, I still feel Clemson wins. They are the most talented team, I think.
Okay.
Um,
What's your prediction? What's your score? What's your score?
hmm. If it goes like it's went the past 2 weeks, I say 20-17 Clemson. If they
Okay.
both come mentally prepared, I say 38-28 Clemson.
And let me ask you this: do you think all of the distractions that DJ has gone through, do you think that will have something to do with how he plays? He seems like a mentally tough kid to me. What do you think, Unc? How do you think he performs
Well, I
under the
think he's going to
scrutiny?
perform. Well, I think he's going to perform well. It's like you were saying, it's just that the receiver's going to have to catch the ball
They're
when
gonna
they're
have
thrown to. And you're going to have to find your tight end like Allen, who's a great tight end, but they just got to put him in positions to win and catch and not put DJ in bad situations. Clemson should win.
who needs to step up receiver wise. I think Ngata has to, because he's been like, I don't know where he's been the last few games, but I really think he needs to step up his game if we're going to win, because somebody has to step up besides our freshman receiver.
Robbie
Yeah.
Spector.
Wrong answer. Who has to step up, Rashad? Who you got?
No, I'm with you. Bo Collins is out for the season. So,
Right.
and, Ngata has got to step up. He's got to have that year. As far as DJ performing, it's not something he can do on his own. In order for him to have a good performance, people got to play well around him.
Right.
What about Nolan Turner, brother?
We ain't counting that. look. My question: what's your prediction score wise, up?
I have 28-24 Clemson.
I like that. I still say we'll play. I think we'll play a good game, and I think our defense will step up, because I just don't see them having two horrible games back to back like that. So I'm gonna say, give me 35-21, Clemson Tigers.
And I say the Devil's funny. One of the things he's good at is rebounding. Getting a rebound as far as turning things around, coming off losses, rebuilding
Because
team.
we're not a back-to-back losing team. It's very rare that we drop. Yeah. That's a good point. It's very rare that we drop 2 games in a row.
Yeah, that was funny.
That one. Clemson was the 21-point favorite. Well, not favorite. If you look at, erasing the turnovers and all that, Clemson was still 21 points better than South Carolina. And that's
you still bothered by that, aren't
you? Yes. You don't want to lose to them no time.
You still hot about that?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got the predictions, and we'll be back here next week to talk about. We will review this game, and we will talk about hopefully playing in the Orange Bowl. Early predictions on that. Who do we play in the Orange Bowl if we win?
Alabama.
Okay.
I would like them to play Tennessee.
Okay, me too.
Just because.
I could see Tennessee, and I could also see Penn State. And the only reason I wouldn't say Alabama is because Alabama draws a whole bunch of money for the great city of New Orleans. So I can see them going to the Sugar Bowl. But we'll see.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Well, you also got to keep in mind if LSU lose, I'm sure they're gonna want the Sugar Bowl. Gonna want LSU
Yeah,
because
that's a
that's
good point.
basically a home game.
4 losses, Rashad.
Right, it's a home game.
Yeah. So you like, wait a minute, how many games have the LSU lost?
It would be 4.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to the Sugar Bowl if they drop 4 games.
And that's what, you know,
Maybe the Independence Bowl.
sometimes you got to leave it alone.
So yeah, I'm thinking either Tennessee or Penn State. But again, I don't think Penn State folks would travel to Florida, but it's all good. But I definitely know Tennessee people would. And again, it would be orange on orange. You know how people love carrying on about little whimsical stuff like that really don't even matter. But anyway. But thank y'all for hanging with me. For the people that's watching all over the world, thank y'all for spending time with us. Take us out.
That's what's up.
And that's what's up. Y'all be good.
Peace.